The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Sunday, January 12th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up. And when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN. You get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's underdogfantasy.com. Promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
What's up, everybody? This is Cameron Krog from Loyola Chicago Ramblers, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride. Shout out to the Broad Stop. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Sunday, January 12th. Oh my God, it's been a marathon. I had the internet out at one point. We had a little a dust up here, I guess. To quote Jack Del Rio, we had a little dust up from the weather. But youtube.com/the college experience. Get on over there, hit that like and subscribe button.
A dusting or a dust up?
Nothing was on the grass, but it was a little slippery. One of my dogs ate shit jumping out of the car to the ground, you know? So, I mean, little bit. youtube.com/the college experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
Oh, fistful of pesos. Not tonight. Not the best night for your boy Dundee. No, got my ass whooped. I'm here to talk all about it. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of the Big 12 College Experience. He's also the host of the Ride and Rush Show. Subscribe to both of those. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. How are you, brother?
Doing good, man. Another Saturday in the books. These Saturdays are a marathon. I don't even remember the early slate. It was. I felt like I never was going to miss a game. Then at one point, I'm like, man, I'm not going to hit another game today. And then it was good, then bad. Ultimately, end up with a winning night. Cheers, everybody.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight. I mean, I opened up with we'll get to it. I hit a huge money line dog, so I was thinking I was going to be great tonight. Got my ass whooped throughout the day, man. Got my ass whooped. And it was the way I got my ass whooped too. I feel like I say that every time I have a losing day. But anyway, let's dive into it because we got 10 bajillion games to break down here. I mean, this was a marathon of games today. And it started off with a loss for me as Butler plus 2.5. Of course they lose. Oh no, wait, they were favored, right? Were they favored?
No, they were dogs.
No, do
you remember
76? I know I lost. I was just going crazy over here, but I mean, lock battle win for Mac. Butler sucks, dude.
Yeah.
They absolutely suck. I mean, they still almost pulled this cover out their ass, but very frustrating watch. If I see that big man shoot another three, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. Yeah, Cockbrenner had a gigantic day. I feel like he had 10 blocks. Nice win for you, buddy. I'll play your music.
There we go.
And Michael Crichton survives. Still not convinced Creighton's a good team by any means, but yeah, nice win.
I'll keep it abbreviated just because we got 150 games and there's actual good teams to talk about. Yeah, I'm not like Creighton won the game, but a little worried that they didn't blow them out. Butler's awful.
Yeah,
but good win. It's on the road.
Thad Matta's gonna be fired after this year, right?
Dude, I was thinking the same thing. It's kind of sad, and he's got that limp, and it's just like, man, I really thought this was going to be a great reunion, and it just has not worked out.
Yeah, I mean,
Big Ten Network.
someone was talking about this the other day. I feel like with football, has there ever been a coach that came back to the same team he was at where it worked out? Like Randy Edsall came back to UConn and it was shit. Yeah, well, that's a good point. I mean, but I think about
Snyder.
this.
Bill Snyder.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yep.
It is a good one. But yeah, clearly Thad Matta, I don't know if he's going to make it out the season.
Sad.
Yeah. The dude and the
Shiano. Shiano's another one.
Yeah, that's true. Greg Shiano.
Yep.
There we go. Next up we had well, this is when I was not worried about the Butler loss because I thought because they gave it to overtime. But once we got it to overtime, we pulled a win out of our ass. Fran Dunphy and LaSalle. I mean, they were covering the whole. I mean, the cover was never in doubt. But if you sprinkle a little bit on the money line, like we said, you're welcome. But I can't even celebrate too much because I got my ass kicked after this. But yeah, I mean, this was. Did you see this game winner, dude?
The bank is open, baby.
Oh man,
our Bonnie's friends are not tweeting at us anymore. They've kind of hit a played out of their minds. 14-3 now with an 0-2 week. But Dunphy, the dog is live, and
I told you, folks. Dunphy's saying his first time upstate. All right, saying his first time upstate. You've seen the photo. Shout out to Dunphy's tickler, who's got the photo and everything. Great work. LaSalle should have won it in regulation. It shouldn't have gone to overtime.
No doubt.
They were in a good spot to win that game. What, up 4 with, I don't know, a minute left. What a fucking game though. But no, then I ate shit with Pitt. Eat shit, Pitt, because you suck ass. How many threes did the Australian kid have today?
Rain Smith or whatever his name is, he's fucking the lefty. He's unreal.
He was pulling up from deep and just shitting all over Pitt.
It was great.
Yeah, huge win for Louisville. This is one I know you bet Pitt with me, but this is one of those ones where you're like, okay, I don't mind giving it away.
Dude,
yeah,
he had 7. He went 7 for 11 from deep.
Dude,
I was rooting against my bank account here. I was yelling, eat shit, Pitt, knocked him out. That's a bad loss, or not really a bad loss for Pitt, but those are 2 bubble teams. Pitt's worked their way onto the bubble here, and Louisville, 6 in a row. They're showing life.
I was about to say 6. I thought it was 5. Okay, so yeah, 6. Yeah, unbelievable. And then great call here, man. I mean, I picked it. I just didn't bet it. USC 82, the Illini 72. I promised you I wasn't going to watch any of it, and I didn't. So I'm very proud of myself for not watching this bullshit regular season game or this conference game. What happened here?
Illinois didn't show up. Illinois just went through the motions. I know they were shorthanded again. I guess they had the 1-game bump without their star last game, but we got to highlight when teams are on the second leg of the cross country trip. They're out there away from scattered ass distractions. focus in, lock in to get it split on the road trip. USC was locked in. They played well today. They played out of their minds. Musselman had them ready. Kind of like Virginia Tech, who we'll talk about here later in the show. But yeah, with these expanded conferences, I think we're going to see more and more of this, where teams that are on the second leg of their double road trip, it's a good spot for them.
Yeah. This play, Cooper Flagg had 42 points tonight, but which was the most since Danny Ferry scored 50 something against Miami. The announcers brought that up.
There was a guy off
Notre Dame though. What's that? This was a good handicap. I think your shit was late, dude. You came in talking at the end.
Yeah, no. There was a guy off the bench for Bakersfield that scored 48 today. Jamel Jones.
I saw that.
So since you mentioned the 42-point bomb by Cooper,
yeah,
Flagg.
You got nothing, Cooper Flagg. There we go. Notre Dame battled hard, man. I mean, Duke was in control at one point, and I mean, Notre Dame cut this thing down to I think 5 or 6 with You know, I mean, they still were never going to win the game, but this was an easy handicap. I mean, I wish I could say the rest of them went this easy, but yeah, it's double or triple lock.
I don't know if Bieniek ended up popping on. Probably not. He doesn't usually go against Duke. But yeah, Duke raced out 15-0, and I was like, oh shit, did we walk into one here, Colby?
Yeah.
But not Pitt. Notre Dame fights. I'm gonna keep saying it. They're way better than whatever that fucking record is. 7-9, 7-8. I like them. Shrewsbury's a good coach.
No, we did eat shit here, and this is one I'm gonna need an explanation. Had this on the TVs, but I stepped out for a coffee. When I stepped out for a coffee, Brown was down 3 or 4. I came back, and you know, I feel like there's less TV timeouts in the Ivy games because the other ones seem to have like much more time. In the Ivy, you're like, damn, this thing's down to 45 seconds, but they were getting their ass kicked, and I just don't. What the hell happened here? I can't believe we had that big of a number, and they lost by 21. What the fuck happened when I got a coffee?
I went upstairs to get a coffee. It went from 3 to like 13 by the time I walked up the stairs and walked back down. I have no idea what happened, other than I looked over because I was like, "Oh yeah, Brown's gonna cover easy."
Yeah, I was like ready to tell. Like I was ready to tell my wife, like, these Ivy League lines ridiculous.
What the fuck?
They did that. They must have went on like a 30-0 run or something like that. But we thought this line stunk. I didn't bet this. You might have. Thank God I didn't bet it because I would have got it wrong because I went with the stinky line. Indiana State loses to Belmont 84-79. Did you bet this?
I did. I took Indiana State. It's one of my losses.
Yeah.
Belmont's won 3 in a row. Belmont's playing well since the new year.
Northern Illinois got drilled by Ohio. You were right. Yeah, I know we didn't bet this. We should have bet NJIT. They only lost by 8 to Lowell.
Hey,
how about Lafayette?
What was the last time Northern Illinois won a game?
You know, a couple of years ago, I feel like they had some real momentum. Like I think was it 3 years ago? But that momentum is gone.
They beat East West on December 30th, and then they beat Benedict on December 3rd. Those are their last 2 wins, and then they beat Monmouth randomly on November 12th. Holy shit! They literally haven't won a game other than Monmouth.
How did they beat Monmouth? I'm confused.
Monmouth's super young, and it was like the 3rd game of the year.
Yeah. Lafayette. I had this game on Lafayette. Holy Cross, man. Leopards came ready to play today. Yeah, nice win there. Hofstra 66, Wilmington 63. Glad I didn't bet this because I would have fucked up all your money. But dude, yeah, I know you did because I backed away. I gave you this one. This is taking the bullet for you.
That's your kryptonite, Hofstra. Hofstra's your kryptonite.
So let me not touch this one. Let's get some money in your pocket.
Yeah.
We ate a bundle of shit on San Diego State. 62-48. And my analysis of maybe they're not ready at the pit. Completely wrong. They were ready. They were 100% ready to go today. And yeah, shout out to New Mexico. Your thoughts on this one?
6-0 in league play to start. I thought San Diego State, because New Mexico was the undefeated team, they could bang with them and drag it into the mud. Maybe it wouldn't be that lit at 11 a.m. tip, but that shit was on fire right from the get-go. At least we never had a shot in that game. Like literally never had a shot.
I had that on the main when it was like in the 20s or 30s. I feel like San Diego State made a run to get it to like 4, and then I was like, okay, but then within like 2 minutes, it was back to like 12.
Lobos are good. They're way better than they were last year because they're bigger. They got rid of Mashburn and who's the crazy guy, House, and they upgraded their roster.
I don't know if they're. You think they're better than last year?
Yeah, I think they're way tougher. Last year they were they just wanted to run and gun with you, and that's why they kind of just got the shit kicked out of them in March against Clemson. They're way bigger. Like
I want to see them away from the pit though, because I thought what was that thing? What was the game we watched with the Wyoming game? I was not
away on a neutral.
That's true. That is true. We got this analysis right. We just didn't bet it with New Hampshire covering, and not only just covering, they beat Binghamton outright 79-72. The Wildcats are hot there in Durham, New Hampshire. Your thoughts?
Yeah, they are hot. Shout out to New Hampshire. Let's go.
And then I had this one.
Sorry,
I think you had this wrong.
I was trying to jump in here. You wanted to talk about somebody's last win in early December. New Hampshire's last win, November 20th against Endicott.
Nice.
They've covered for us though. Maybe that's why I'm saying they're hot. They covered for us, I think, 3 games in a row. So I guess they're not hot. They just won a game.
They're on a 9-game losing streak. They're hot.
Unless the spread was 42 against Iowa and 20 against Vermont. I don't know.
No, we took them.
Albany. They were chipping.
We took them the game before. Yeah. They covered against Albany and they were up, I think, a lot of that game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, is it Stonehill? Maybe I don't know.
Bieniek doesn't like the trash teams with us. He never
I know
the trash
jumps in for that shit.
He did jump into one today, and he was a winner. I should have jumped in with them.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? Come on,
that was your first and only one of the year.
I love the swag. I've bet in the Valley twice already this year.
I was gave me a chuckle mid game. We were on different sides of the spectrum here. I was on App State. You were on JMU. Rivalry game. I watched this game. You know, we talked about this on the very show last night, that this game probably wouldn't be that lit. It was more lit than a normal App State game.
Yeah.
So I guess this game starting to really register as a rivalry game, I think. Shout out to App State there. Didn't bet that. Monmouth against Charleston. You bet this. You bet this. There you go.
Get this Charleston shit out of here.
84-73, getting it done. And then I believe, was this a lock battle or just disagreement? Auburn 66, South Carolina 63. Did you and Bieniek battle here or no?
No, it was just a disagreement because I was in here. I was in here talking because this was the time when your Wi-Fi disconnected. So I was talking.
Oh yeah.
Sucks to see Janai Broom get hurt. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens there. They did rally at the end of that game there to win, but yeah, we'll see.
That was a good game.
These Auburn lines have been ridiculous. Like laying 18 on the road in the SEC. Like, what are we talking about? They're good, but they're not the fucking. They're not going undefeated. But they should have lost today. Honestly, when Broom went down,
I thought they were. Yeah, I kind of thought they should have lost too.
Yeah.
Radford 80, Upstate 67. Nice call here. I took Upstate in the points. Didn't bet it, but you know, shout out to the Whores of Radford getting it done. Also, double lock. UMass in the points. It was a little sweaty. Final 5 minutes. We went to that full court press. struggling. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but nice win for Mason, right?
Yeah, and I mean the spot wasn't good for UMass off the emotional data win, but I mean couldn't pass up getting double digits with Frank Martin against Tony Skinn. Like I like Tony Skinn, but the experience there we had to take Frank. So everybody that said they'll never bet UMass again, I hope you didn't write them off too quick because they've covered like 4 in a row now. They're playing better.
Yeah. Shout out to 357, give us $5. Utah State game was fired. You know why their students wear rubber gloves?
Who knows? It's fucking
Off the top of my head, no. But it does sound familiar. Like maybe this happened last year and I asked the question, someone told me. But no, off the top of my head, I can't recall. Shout out to 357 for giving us $5.
They are latex doctor's gloves, and it's just to elevate the energy level because the color is blue. Their school color.
Weird.
It's everything in Utah's weird. I spent a week over there.
It has
weird.
a unique sound when you clap, and it adds the effect of excitement and intensity to the game.
It's very, very, very white out there. Is what's out there in Utah. Very white and very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that really matters. It seems like they're just pissing away money here and looking strange.
Mojo in the chat says STDs.
Yeah. I mean, is there a soaking thing perhaps that could be involved with that?
No, it's Utah, man.
I don't know.
It's out there, man.
We double locked Cornell in that hit. 94-83 against Columbia. See, at this point, I'm doing all right.
They're up like 20 at half.
Yeah, that was a good handicap by us. Wish I would have bet this one. UNC Asheville 96, Presbyterian 87. I took Asheville. All I needed was a little bit of a nudge, but you went with these blue hoe bitches.
I didn't bet it. The stink scared me. Bad veer is what I'll say here.
Folks, what I tell you that the college basketball experience, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and the NFL playoffs are here. No matter how ridiculous their kickoff and declaration for fucking an onside kick is, there's still money to be made in this league. So look, Sports Gambling Podcast for all your NFL picks and props. Check it out. Also, we're brought to you by DraftKings. Playoffs. We're talking about playoffs. You bet we are. Get in on the action. DraftKings Sportsbook's an official sports betting partner of the National Football League. Look, scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs these days. And you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick today. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So what are you doing? Download DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use that promo code SGP. Once again, that is promo code SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Gambling.
All right. We're back, I think. This is the college basketball experience. Appreciate everybody in the chat. I did want to give a shout out, if I can, which definitely is, hey, Bieniek, Can you find someone was in the chat talking about they listened to us when it was just me by myself talking. I wanted to shout them out, but Andy Moats, there we go. Finally catching the live show. Listen every day via Apple Podcasts. Love the show, fellas. Been listening to Colby since he was all alone rambling about shit. Yes. Shout out to you, Andy. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Hopefully you're still here. If not, that ad read probably got you and you probably never listen to us again. Do you guys had a battle here? You guys should talk about this. Davidson 74, Fordham 64.
Fuck this game. Fucking Fordham kept fouling these bastards.
I didn't watch a single minute of it.
No,
Of course.
We ended the show at 6 a.m.
Okay.
What did you expect from me? I
got
getting
you.
up.
I know. I was 22 once too, and I woke up at
Game started at 2:00.
Wasn't this a 1:00? This is 1:00. Don't put this on me.
So it ended at 3:00. That's how many hours of sleep? 9.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah. When did you wake up?
Right around like 3:30.
Oh, checking it. Yeah, right side all the time.
Of course I won. Of course I won this battle, Ma.
Chalk this up. This is one of those voodoo fouls at the end or no fouls at the end. I was like, these fuckers know the number. Fishy shit's going on here.
Yeah, I didn't catch much of this game. I had it on for a little bit, but that was early on. Winthrop drilled Longwood. You picked that correctly. I mean, I don't think you bet it, but I didn't bet it either. But I took Longwood. I thought Longwood would be the one to come out victorious there. Shout out to Smoke and Tree. Been rocking with us a long time. Shout out to everyone, whether you're been rocking with us, since back in the day when I'd push a fucking lawnmower out of the seat. Now we got microphones and everything. But I really do appreciate all those people listening back then that still tune in. Princeton, Harvard was quite the game. Princeton 68, Harvard 64. It delivered, but the Tigers got the win, and I believe did they cover. What was this line again?
How much did they win by?
4. Oh no, Harvard covered.
Yeah, Harvard covered.
Yeah. Didn't bet it. Probably should have. Ball State drilled Bowling Green there by 22 at home. We picked this correctly, just didn't bet it. And we did bet Tulane. What number did you get, buddy?
3. I pushed.
I got 3.5. I ate a pile of shit here.
Fucker in the 3 at the end.
Yeah. My problem was I went to sleep so late last night. I don't think I got any of the numbers last night. Actually, no, I bet a couple games before we went live when I was just fucking around. But like sometimes we talk ourselves into certain bets. Didn't do any of those till the morning. Shout out to L. Ron Hunter, Battlefield Earth there, getting it done.
Did you see him dancing in front of the cheerleaders at the end of the game? I love it. He ran right in front of the cheerleaders. Like nobody wants to see you dance. Get behind him.
Yeah. Shout out to Jared Green. That's a great comment.
This is good, Colby.
Jared Green, youtube.com/the college experience. Give it a $7 back. Sorry you got the full Mike Woodson experience tonight.
So
he made my 11-day dry January streak. Gross. Enjoy one for me.
Bad. I fucking hate that team. I'm back to hating them again. I started to buy in the last couple of games. They fucking suck.
Maine 87, Albany 66. These Black Bears got it done. And then luck battle win for Mac against myself and Bieniek as Cleveland State. Youngstown came all the way back to tie this thing up.
Yeah.
And then Cleveland State just says, okay, fuck you. And goes right back to winning the game. For a second, I thought we had the momentum and like we were going to steal it. But no, Cleveland State 80, Youngstown 72. Nice battle win for you, Mac. Your thoughts on the Vikings?
How good are these Vikings right now? 8 in a row.
They were rolling in that game, dude. Like they were up, I would say like 6-14 or 6-12. I feel like majority of that game. And then, like I said, like Youngstown just for like a brief period with about, 5 minutes left, made a little push where I thought, okay. No, Great response to that too. Bieniek, did you catch this one?
The second half, they were up by double digits for most of it. In Cleveland.
That's what I'm saying. No, but Youngstown got it to, I think, 2 or 4.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Yeah. And it's because it was at home too. I felt like there was a little bit of momentum behind the crowd. So,
yeah, I mean that's what you got to do, especially against lit crowds. Like, just in general, punch them in the mouth first, and it's a bit easier to weather the storm in some of these runs because, I mean, if it's never really close again, then you just kind of eliminated that entire factor. And that was a big part of the handicap here. Also, I was not buying into the Cleveland State run because I didn't think the competition they'd played was so great. But this is definitely a statement victory for the Vikings here.
First place in the Horizon.
Yeah, and as Andrew says here, the Horizon is once again a Chinese fire drill.
It's great. It's a great league, and they have a great postseason tournament. That where did they play again? They played in
home atmospheres, and then they go to Indy.
Yeah. The Final Four is always fun. They always played on that Monday and Tuesday before the conference tournament week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched. I might have been the only human watching this game. That includes their parents. But Penn was at Dartmouth. This game was fun, dude.
Yeah.
Down like the final minute of the game, there was high drama going on. Dartmouth wins by 3 against Penn. I think we called it at 3. I mean, we didn't bet this game, but
I think my exact quote was, if you're gambling this on 150 games, call the number that we played on loop just a minute ago.
Shout out to Justice Perfect, who says, "Hey Colby, at my last depression meeting, I played your Now We Got a Problem and everyone loved it." I mean, that's a fire video, man. That's a fire video, man. Hope you're doing good too. Well, we did cash here. I think I gave this as one of my top plays of the night. Clemson against Saudi Arabia State. Clemson 77. Saudi Arabia State 57. Easy. This one was easy.
Yeah.
Need more like this tomorrow.
Good spot. Good spot at home. Clemson's good at home. Clemson second or third best team in the ACC.
And shout out to Charles Walker. Because just gonna say, how much you bribed those refs today down there in Memphis? Of course, my Pirates had it within. They tied it up with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. We got the cover.
Good handicap by us.
Let's talk about a couple of those calls down the stretch, buddy.
Oh. Let's bailing Penny's ass out. That was a fucking charge.
100%. 100%. Watch that tape. Watch that tape and tell me that's a block. Block my ass. All right. Got that FedEx money funneling through those damn refs. Easy cover though.
Yeah, they're the blue blood now. They're gonna get all the calls in that league. Yeah, man. ECU was chippy. Shout out to the guy that tweeted at me that ECU has no chance after they went down 15 early. I was like, you better hope ECU don't come back and win this thing outright. And they fucking should have if the refs didn't job them.
Had it tied at 1 minute left. You know, another thing though that bothers me about Schwartz, if I'm being completely honest. Hey, how about you don't foul fucking Haggerty? God damn it. Double him on the inbounds. Let anybody else catch the ball. Foul them so they shoot free throws. This isn't rocket science. All right. Like, how do you not have that out of the timeout? The guy was 8 of 8 from the free throw line. And you're like, yeah, okay. Just let him get the ball. Yep. Just let him get the ball. Shout out to Jermaine Henderson. He was at the game. He goes, definitely was some BS. And he's a Memphis fan. See, that's what I thought it was. I'm an ECU fan. So I'm like, I didn't even text Bieniek or Mac this. Mac texted me this because I knew that people are going to think that I'm an ECU fan. So of course that call is with my purple and gold glasses here. But it was a terrible call.
Is Jermaine just a Memphis fan, or is he Penny Hardaway's cousin?
Oh yeah, I think he's Penny's cousin.
No, it feels like he usually clarifies he's Penny's cousin a lot of times in the chat. Today is just, and I'm a Memphis fan. I'm on to Jermaine.
Oh, what are you saying?
Penny getting that.
Saying he's not Penny's cousin?
Yeah.
I'm not going to question a man that says something in this chat.
A lot of integrity.
Oh, really?
I would never do that. Let me
Yeah.
go back up there and read that one. Colby, you dumb motherfucker. No, I'm not going to question that.
Fuck you back.
Army 74, Lehigh 69. These Black Knights came into Bethlehem with a message. They're sending. Damn it! Why didn't we load up on your boys, huh?
Because there's 150 games and it's Army.
All right, you want to know my new most hated team? It's right here. Of course, my original. Actually, dude, I'm gonna give you shit a couple times here.
They're so much better. Like, I still like my handicap. I know what game you're talking about.
Well, there's a couple of these where I'm going to give you shit because I came into yesterday's thing with the mindset of being, TCU is going to bully BYU and their pussy ass offense, right? Everyone's just a pussy. And I was like, I know TCU sucks, but it's kind of a beautiful matchup for them because they play like backyard football, basketball.
Yeah.
And you swayed me and had me buy it. Like, not only did you sway me, you had me bet on BYU. And I watched that game, and first off, it was very frustrating. They're such pussies. They're such pussies. Like they're the most pussy team. Like they're the equivalent of I don't know. In football, I feel like every couple of years you'll get like the incredible pussy team, but I mean, just every little rebound or every pick or loose ball, they're just a cowardly bunch.
Yeah.
And they I think they're my most hated team in America right now.
I texted Rush right after the game. I said, "What are they paying Kevin Green? Whatever it is, they're paying him way too much. That team has way too much talent to suck ass. The way that they should not lose to TCU with like the roster that BYU has versus TCU, and you're off a home loss."
But TCU's grimy though, man. Like that like that's why I should have stuck to my guns and bet TCU, because like they're a grimy rebound. Like nothing is pretty about TCU, and BYU needs like everything to be perfect. Like, I got the extra man in the corner over here. Oh,
I was like, what is this? The fucking NBA?
I just hate seeing that's basically what they're doing there. But I just hate seeing a team like just be so soft on the rebounding front. Like you see like a rebound that's just perfectly right there for you, and it's like, oh, this, like they just play like pussies. That's the best way to put it. It's like every loose ball, they're not interested in like you could, and that's it. It reminds me of like some high school shit where just one team is just not there mentally, and the other team is just like, yeah, we're not good, but we're there mentally. We're gonna fuck you up. Yeah, and that's what happened.
That I won't make this mistake again. I handicapped that as BYU was under Mark Pope still. That because like BYU under Mark Pope last year wins that game by like 8 or 9. But you're right. This team has no fucking toughness. We've seen it back-to-back games, and they got blown out at the dunk too. I'll take them in Provo just because, like you said, they're a cha-cha-cha team. They got to make a bunch of threes and make it look pretty and cute. It's only going to happen in Provo. They're not tough enough, man enough to win on the road.
Shout out to Lil Chauncey who was there at the game, and shout out to all the people that went to games today and tagged us in those supporting college basketball. It's what you got to do. Nothing like the live experience. NC Nick was trying to sway me to go see the Pussy Pack, which I probably should have based on that ending. But double lock, UConn 68, Georgetown 60. Never really sweat here, but down. I was surprised the final score was 8 because I felt like it was always double digits. But yeah, I mean, this was a great spot for the Huskies, and we got it done.
I wanted to bet Georgetown. I wanted to take Georgetown so bad just because I hate UConn, and I'm rooting for Georgetown like yourself to be back, but you had to put away your personal bias here. Good crowd though. Hey, I mean, they're starting to get some people back in that arena. Georgetown's still not bad.
Yeah. Towson 93, Drexel 82 in overtime. You bet this.
Damn right, baby.
Nice ride, man. Nice ride right there. And then Hampton, we nailed this one. Didn't bet it, of course. 83, Delaware 77. And then this triple lock 8. God, this was the story of my day. Like, I believe Texas Tech was the right side. 85-84, Iowa State gets the win. Ridiculous. Unbelievable.
We led the game for 39 minutes. Including overtime. We led the game for 44 minutes. And fucking Iowa State, man, they just keep on grinding, man. If you had Iowa State, you're lucky as fuck. I don't want to hear anybody say that was the right. Get the fuck out of here. They led for 1 minute out of the game. They hit a buzzer beater on both ends. 90% free throw shooters miss fucking free throws. That was brutal.
That was a brutal beat, man. Just
that was great game though. I mean, you just got to tip your cap to Iowa State that they didn't play well and they still found a way to win despite being down 15. I will bet that every day of the week, and we'll hit 70% of those. That was unlucky that we lost that game.
You know what I'll bet every day of the week? Colgate in conference play.
Yes.
87-50. Get this Boston Terrier bullshit out of here. Take it on the toothpaste. You're not gonna have a chance going to Hamilton, New York. Bieniek, where you at with these Raiders now, buddy? Your thoughts on this one? What's that?
What am I getting called? I didn't take Boston. What am I getting called out here for?
You're just saying Colgate's not the same. I don't know, buddy.
Oh, because they're not.
37-point win
out of conference. That's
they were up like 30 at half. I was like, phew.
Yeah,
I'm buying in again.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to buy in again too. They're
2 tickets to paradise. Let's go.
The Staples are moving the ball again. I was like, oh man, that ball's not hitting the ground. It's got some zip on that thing. You hear the wind.
Texas A&M Commerce against Northwestern State. I think this was a push. I didn't bet this. No, actually, Commerce covered by 0.5 point. Temple 73, Rice 70. You bet this, didn't you?
Damn right. Temple's my team.
Yeah, I took Temple. I got this correct. Just didn't bet this. And then I'll play your music for this one. Florida Gulf Coast 77, Central Arkansas 71. You had to listen to last night's show to get this reference. And then
15 points of CLV. I was like, there's no way they're going to cover this. They're going to lose this game by 4 somehow. Because Gulf Coast would be the kind of team to fuck that up. That's all I can think about. I'm like, this fucking Gulf Coast team. This team is going to fuck me so bad. But yeah, I'll take a free win there.
Yeah, and then I'm done betting on Cincinnati. Double lock on Cincinnati. Didn't they have the lead at halftime? They had the lead at halftime. They only scored 15 points in the second half. Only scored 40 points at home.
Yeah, Kansas isn't even a good defensive team. What happened to the guys, the perimeter shooters for Cincinnati that were making shots at the end of the year for them last year? They can't throw it in the ocean.
3 for 22 from 3 today.
Yeah.
They only shot 2 free throws. 2 fucking free throws. You're at home. You're supposed to get a whistle. I mean, I'm not saying the refs were terrible in that game, but something was up. You got to be more aggressive.
It's fucking Kansas. All of a sudden, Cincinnati only shoots 2 free throws. Those fucking cheating bastards.
Would you rather have a game of 2 free throws or 98 free throws like we had Alabama, Texas A&M?
How about in the middle?
Yeah,
that's where I'd like
in the middle. I think
too. I mean, but
hey, Cincinnati shit though is fixable. because they are going to start making some shots at some point this year. BYU's, I don't think is. BYU's a bunch of fucking soft, you-know-whats. And Cincinnati, they just got to make some jump shots. Like, good God. I mean, you can't score 40 fucking points.
They better beat Colorado this Wednesday. It's in Boulder. Home? It's in Boulder. But because after that, it's what? Home to Arizona State, home to Texas Tech, at BYU. I mean, they could lose all 4 of those. We should have bet
Iowa State on Wednesday in Hilton.
Oh, hell yeah.
That place gonna be fucking jumping.
Hell yeah. We should have bet A&T against William & Mary. Why did I not do this? Why the fuck did I not do this? 3-point win by William & Mary. They were getting like 14 points.
Yeah.
What was that number? I forget. But
the buzzer beater.
Unbelievable. South Dakota State got rocked by Omaha. I know Bieniek was talking about this. There was a big party in the locker room afterwards. How about Omaha?
Dude, they're undefeated in league play. What is this? They're kicking trash cans. They're punting it.
Omaha's on the longest win streak in program history.
What, 4?
You remember when that piece of shit Trev Alberts came in there and got rid of their football program?
I don't.
A former football player comes in there and gets rid of their football program.
Title IX.
That's some bullshit right there. Sell some more Omaha steaks, damn it.
Yeah, they've won 6 in a row. I just remember seeing their own account tweet out, tied for the longest win streak in program history. Hilarious.
What's up with the trash can kicks?
I don't know, but I like it. They keep posting it too, so it's like, okay.
I mean, today was fucking odd. He lined it up like a field goal kicker and just nailed it, and then everybody went crazy. I was like, nice, whatever keeps you winning.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alex S. It's a good reference there. Frankie Fiddler, who was one of our favorites here on the show. They got rid of him and they got better. It's a good point.
Sometimes that happens.
How bad was Loyola Chicago today? St. Joe's 93, Loyola Chicago 57. Ridiculous. Didn't bet this, but we did lock this. This is one of the top plays of the night for old Dundee. Western Kentucky 85, Kennesaw State 69. You get eyes on this one? I watched this whole game.
I watched from about 8-minute mark in the first half and on. Tops at home, bounce back, easy handicap.
North Dakota State drilled Denver by 19. Wasn't this?
Yeah. Denver, what the fuck's going on with them? They can't cover at home anymore.
I told you not to bet that one, Matt. That was not the spot.
What do you mean? They just lost a home game the other night.
Yeah, but I gave you the handicap, and it happened. So they were losing this game by 30.
I don't want to hear about them being a wagon at home. They suck. They suck ass. This team fucking blows.
They're still a wagon at home. 2 losses.
They just lost 2 games in a row outright to the Dakotas. You're not a wagon.
And then they'll just pull off a money line upset next week, and it's back to normal. It's what happens with Denver.
You lose to the North Dakota schools at home. You're not a wagon anymore. It's a good run.
The North Dakota one was a little mind-boggling. North Dakota State, that was expected.
You're a 10-point underdog. You can't fucking cover that.
I told you these Fighting Hawks are better this year.
I told you the handicap, and you still bet it.
You told me that they were wagging at home too. You're sprinkling fairy dust on them Pioneers. You're watching too much hockey.
Shout out to Mojo. Colby, who's your favorite college basketball coach of all time? Is it Bobby Knight? No, it is not Bobby Knight. I don't know. I mean, off the top of my head, I'm a Tarkanian guy. I like Tarkanian a lot. Jerry Tarkanian is one of my favorites, and I don't know. I mean, there's a lot that I like. I don't know. Like it's. I don't know if I have it pinpointed down to one. Was a Lefty Drizel guy. I mean, I'm probably forgetting. I mean, I love Jimmy Larinaga before we went to Miami. We went to Miami. I was like, fuck off. But yeah. I mean, I'm probably forgetting some too. John Thompson. Love John Thompson. Anyway, I don't know if that's but I wouldn't say it's Bobby Knight by any means. I mean, I enjoy Bobby. I'm entertained by Bobby Knight always, but definitely was not that wasn't like my favorite team growing up when they had Damon Bailey and Calbert Chaney and everybody, Alan Henderson and everything. But But yeah,
Fran Duffy's your favorite.
Oh, there we go. That we just answered it right there. We worked out this exercise. Fran Dunphy by far is my favorite coach. He's a guy who knows how to get things. All right. And look, you need that in life. And I needed that win today, that money line win, because I was eating shit left and right. Including this one right here. I had Bradley -1.5. Of course. Bradley's down the whole game.
Yeah, they didn't deserve it.
I watched this entire game. They were down the entire fucking game, and then they stole the game. They closed well, made a 3 at the buzzer. I will say this:
Duke Dean.
Duke, I was about to say he's a fucking dog, dude. Every time I watch Bradley, I'm like, that motherfucker's really good, right?
Yeah. He stepped into that shot, and I fucking was taking a sip out of my beer. I said, "That's in," because you could just see the way he bounced into it and popped up and shot. I was like, like no hesitation. I'm gonna win this fucking game. That was. You know how Rafferty says onions? That was fucking onions. Like
right
between the eyes of the defender, popped up, 5'8", in your mouth, game winner.
Yeah. Shout out to Clapping Cheeks watching JCVD. Let me know what you think. Rod Strickland is my favorite coach too. That's very true. Very true.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest.
Somebody in the chat said Patino too.
That's true. Yeah, everyone and any villain for the most part I enjoy. Yeah. I love Bob Huggins. Yeah. Bob Huggins, like to me, like makes the sport awesome. Like you need to have characters in your sport, personalities, and it's very important. If anything, like I think that's one thing we might suffer from a little bit right now. Not enough personality. But yeah. Anyway, Syracuse 79, BC 71. This game came down to the final minutes here. Cuse, you bet BC, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for BC at home. I'm like, oh, they're gonna get up at home. Cuse back-to-back wins. How about this? They still suck though.
Speaking of coaches and personality, did you hear what Rick Barnes said post game today?
No, I didn't.
He said he ran a play for Chaz Lanier, that he drew up a play so he could shoot it. Lanier didn't shoot, and he benched Lanier. He goes, "I pay you to shoot. You shoot."
I love Barnes. Yeah. Barnes is good in this environment. He's so directly honest, and he just doesn't give a shit.
That game we need to talk about for about 20 minutes. Yeah. But folks, before I do that, I want to let you know that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all of sports. Underdog is always making it easier to win with profit boosts and gimme pick'ems, and Underdog Playoff Best Ball is now live. So what are you doing? The Gauntlet tournament has $2 million in prizes up for grabs for just a $25 entry. There's college hoops, there's college football, there's NFL, there's MMA, CFL, NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, NASCAR, everything. All right. And you can now use specials and boost on all flex entries as well. So sign up. And when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. All right. We are back talking college hoops here. Still recapping. Yeah. And, shout out to 357. Colby, do you remember Joey Meyer, coach of DePaul? Yeah, I believe so. Did he announce? He announced after, I feel like maybe. But yeah, I do. Anyway, where were we at here? We were talking about you losing money on Boston College and me winning money on San Jose State. 69-62.
Ready.
Yeah. Let's go. And this next one might be game ball worthy. We both picked this correctly, and actually you tried to talk me into a lock, and I apologize because I fucked this all up for you. Old Dominion 71, South Alabama 63. They win outright. We just went through all the conference games that South Alabama's played this year. The average score was like 30 points. This is fascinating to me. This is like, to me, game ball worthy right here. What's your thoughts on this one?
15-point underdog. ODU under Mike Jones is fucking playing right now. I mean, they are playing their asses off. South Alabama played way above their heads. I forget who it was in the chat last night. They're like, Mac, why do you keep saying that they can't keep playing like this? Because they're South Alabama. They're not that good. They're not 5-0 good. So finally it came crashing down at home. Great win, Mike Jones and ODU. Former Coach's Tour guest.
Yeah. Akron drilled Eastern Michigan. We don't need to talk about that. No bet. Bieniek was right about EMU. And this one, man, this is what I'm saying. It was a tough day, man. I watched this entire game. Sam Houston State. Now, I don't want to say that they 100% should have covered, but 99% of the way. Like, they had like an 11 or 12 point lead. It was kind of always around 8 to 10. We laid 7. Of course, no, we laid 7.5, and of course it ended on 7. FIU never had a threat of winning this fucking game, but they played a little bit better than I thought they would.
I am not impressed with the way that Sam Houston looked today. I was expecting a little bit better. Honestly, I thought this was going to be a double-digit win. Sam Houston this year has kind of had a couple of performances where, left a little bit to be desired. And this is one of your teams. This might be one of those classic teams. They bring everybody back, and it just, last year they may have had a couple of lucky results, and they had a really good record, really good year. Thought they'd run it back and do the same, and a little bit of regression. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it.
Scattered ass distractions.
Some NIL.
They get the win. They're now 1-3 in conference. So
maybe somebody else is banging somebody's girlfriend in the locker room.
Yeah, you never know.
That shit, when you're around each other too much, you never know what happens.
What's really happening at the Bear Claw? All right.
Is one gonna transfer to Liberty or something after the year, or what? go from North Carolina to Arizona. What's the equivalent from Sam Houston?
That's fair. That or the crack house, right?
Yeah. Seattle.
Miami, Ohio 91, Western Michigan 71. Didn't bet this, picked it incorrectly. I think you picked it correct. Vandy ate shit against Mizzou. I'm glad I didn't bet. Did you bet this?
Yeah, Bieniek and I both did, man. They had it to 2 with like 3 minutes left, and then the lid wouldn't come off the rim at the end. They couldn't make a shot. So good win, Missouri. They protected home court this week, 2-1 in league play.
Yeah, this is the wrong side. Vandy had a double digit, or Missouri had a double digit lead most of this game. Right from the get go, big lead early, all the way throughout the first half into halftime. And like Max said, Vandy tried to mount a comeback, but never really threatened to win this game. So good performance by the Tigers.
Howard 100, Morgan State 95. Morgan State covered. Nailed this, just didn't bet it. Can we talk about this game? This next game just drives me fucking crazy. I had a good amount of money on UNLV. Also played it on the money line. I fucking hate UNLV, dude. I grew up loving them. I just mentioned Tarkanian's my favorite coach, or at least one of them. The past 5 years, UNLV, they've just been so disappointing, man. Yeah. Anytime you think you watch them, you think they're good. Yeah, I don't know, man. Colorado State 84, UNLV 62. Your thoughts?
I think this is kind of about Colorado State. They have found something over the last couple of weeks. I think they're just scoring the ball. They're making shots. I mean, they've won 5 out of 6 now. They won at Nevada. Their only losses to New Mexico in that stretch. I mean, they beat San Jose State on the road by like 25, beat Fresno by 50 or whatever it was, and then they just completely beat the shit out of UNLV today by 22.
Yeah, I mean,
UNLV,
terrible.
fucking weird team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just brutal. I just a 0. What's up, Bieniek?
I'm getting Mac this number because it's a great point by Mac that they are playing better offense for sure. On Torvik, from that date that he mentioned, Colorado State 17th best effective field goal percentage in the nation.
Wow. Yeah. They fit whatever happened after that thanks or Christmas. They're playing better.
Yeah. Also, I wouldn't say I hate the MLB. I hate their new extra innings shit. You know what I mean? Or put the guy on base or whatever. But nah.
I feel like I've heard you rant about the MLB quite a bit. You disagree with the way they schedule and some of the rules.
But to me, like I don't love it enough to hate it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just there. And if anything, like I probably, if you ask me what pro sports I bet on the most, I want to say it'd be the MLB. I think
a lot of people say baseball just because the sheer amount of games, 162 games during the regular season, and it's during the summer where it's like one of the only sports going. You know,
I was about to say that a lot has to do with that, right? You just
are
wake
like,
up with
what am I gonna do? You know,
yeah. But no, I mean, I used to go to a lot of Dodger games too, so it's like it's nothing like going to catch a baseball game live. You know, I like catching all sports live. I think that's an underrated element, but yeah, MLB, you're never going to hear me loving it, but I would say as far as like pro sports that I'm okay with, I used to love the NFL. Like the NFL used to be on just cloud 9, and I we've talked about it. We don't want to beat a dead horse. Used to like the NBA a lot too, but the NBA was still, even though like the NBA when it was really good, still was never on like the NFL level back in the 90s or something like that. But Mac, you an MLB guy?
Yeah, I like the MLB. I like the Nats, and I like just watching. I like going to games. There's nothing like being at the ballpark.
Yeah. Have I ever been to an ECU baseball game? Yes, of course. Pre-jungle though, it was just.
He'll be going to plenty more now.
Oh yeah.
Now that he's moved back.
I love college baseball's postseason. I've told Noah this over and over.
College baseball is fantastic, and that's something.
And
underrated.
And it's getting better. Like that. That's college baseball's on the rise. Like there's still time on this bandwagon to jump on. So
yeah.
That's what I'm doing this year. Not MLB, college baseball.
Yeah. But I see people saying what's wrong. I don't have much bad to say about baseball besides just Bud Selig put Pete Rose in the fucking Hall of Fame, and get rid of that bullshit in the extra innings and your pitch count and all that shit. I'm not a big fan of analytics coming into a surprise.
I'm not a big fan of it either.
Yeah. Like I just hate the idea of like, hey, you have someone taking over the game.
What's like the pop rating of if you should bunt first and second, no outs. That's my pet peeve when they don't fucking move the fucking runners over. It's like, hey, selfish fuck, lay down the bunt. I'm paying you. I'll take Rick Barnes' quote. I'm paying you to move the runner over. If you're gonna strike out, fucking bunt.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
God.
That it's the only sport I feel like where that. I mean, I guess it's crept into all the pro sports with the amount of money. You get players that sit out. I mean, in the NBA, I never. If you would have told me in the 90s or early 2000s or something that this would be sport now with the opt out and bowl games or NBA just saying, I need a night off. Like your fucking job is hard. You know what I mean? I'm like, shut the fuck up. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, baseball players play the full 162. I mean, nothing better than that, in my opinion.
I missed the beginning of what you said.
Baseball players will play the full 162.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you're going to guarantee these giant ass contracts, they better be playing full 162, which they do. And I'm glad that culture is not in the MLB. So,
yeah, definitely, man. I just don't understand it. ETSU 70, the Citadel 52. I think we.
Number?
Yeah, I think we didn't bet this. Hey, guess what? I did bet this though. Thought about this morning as I was firing away my wagers. Marshall, 81. Georgia Southern, 69. You guys tried to talk me off it, or at least you tried to talk me off it. Went back to the well.
I didn't bet.
You don't go into Huntington without trying their meth.
I hate Huntington. That fucking place sucks.
We took Georgia Tech. That was a horrible play.
This is the worst play of the day, other than maybe actually San Diego State was nowhere near as bad as this. Dude, they were down 50-15.
This was so bad. This is so bad.
Ow!
Why would you hire Damon? Like, I like Damon Stoudemire as a human being. He seems like a good dude. What? You're Georgia Tech. Like, you had Paul Hewitt took you to the national championship. Bobby Crimmins to the Final Four. You have like a slew of great players in your history. Who's making these hires?
I'll make this hire easy for him. Yeah, Damon Stoudemire's got to go. That this NBA shit never fucking works ever. So stop doing that shit. Go to the SoCon. Go to the Sun Belt. Whether it's Brian Hodgson's over at Arkansas State or Bob Ritchie at Furman. Take one of those that's been in the area, that's put a program in success for 5-6 years, and you'll be in contention in the ACC immediately, just like Pat Kelsey with Louisville after Charleston. This isn't that hard.
I would also say just go get San Francisco sitting head coach. Seems to work.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen Smith go to Wazoo and Stanford, and he's done good enough, at least, I guess. I don't know if you want to say great, but then Golden at Florida. Yeah.
Buckyball would be good. Buckyball down at Stanford would be good at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Maybe don't stick nerds where there's a lot of scattered ass. We'll see about the Gainesville one.
This might have been our sharpest play. We had a nice game going on today.
I'm just here to bring diversity to this set here. Give the kind of white man's perspective on things from the point guard position.
On things, Doug Gottlieb, on things of the point guard perspective. We got it. We're home. Too bad all my other bets are terrible. But your thoughts on this one?
They suck, but they covered. They suck. I mean, I watched a little bit of this game. I was just like, good God. Like, he's just so fucking clueless on that sideline. I'm not exaggerating. I am more qualified to run a Division I program than Doug Gottlieb with my experience. He is so clueless out there.
We got the cover though, and that's all that matters. I bet Wichita State, and I felt pretty fucking good about it.
What has happened to them since
they suck, dude? They suck. I'm done. I'm done with them. All right. I'm really done with them. I mean, UTSA drilled them by 13. Eastern Washington took down Sac State. Didn't bet this, but we did bet Virginia, double locked it, and that was complete ass. Stanford won by 23.
How the fuck do you lose to Stanford by 23 as a high major team?
Today was tough, man. Should have listened to Bieniek on Alcorn State. They won by 10. Bieniek, here's your music against Alabama A&M. I did agree with you. I just didn't lock it.
Thank you all to everybody on the mentions for this game. It cheered me up as I had a losing day today. So, yeah.
Your meatloaf ego play. Alcorn, let's go.
We should have bet North Alabama. They won by like 30 at Stetson. Yeah. Utah Valley. You bet Cal Baptist, didn't you?
Yeah, I got hooked.
Lost by the hook, right?
Yeah, it was a 2-point game with 20 seconds, and they just kept fat. Yeah. That was a brutal one.
How about this play? And I even think we mentioned that we should consider locking it, but I don't think we did. Delaware State upset South Carolina State 76-75.
God damn it.
This MEAC is going to be fun. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was surprising to me that they went out right. I mean, I know I liked them with the points, but Georgia State stuck it to Coastal, won by 5. I think they covered.
They're actually playing pretty well.
Yeah. Valpo only scored 47 points against Murray State. I should have bet Murray State. I picked him. I know you bet Valpo, didn't you?
Yeah, they fucking could. They didn't score for like the last 10 minutes. It was like a 3-point game.
Yep. American took down Bucknell. Picked this correctly. Should have bet it. Didn't. And then let's get to the Pussy Pack because they did cover the 2.5. And just like the Pussy Pack in great Pussy Pack form, they choked at the most. You ran that out of a timeout. And I know what the NC State fans will say he was bumped.
Oh,
they might have a little bit of a point, but either way, you were in a spot and you fucking the chances that was going to go in anyway. Like he was off balance. Everyone was running around. No one was. It was just hilarious, really. When I think about the Pussy Pack, big moment, big opportunity to steal the city.
Yeah.
And you do what you always do. Shout out to Avetta in the chat. I watched this entire game, and I was convinced for about. I don't know about convinced, but Eastern Kentucky with 5-6 minutes left, maybe 7 minutes. Had about a 6-point lead against Jacksonville.
What a comeback.
Yeah, and Jacksonville down the stretch made the plays, tightened that defense, and the Dolphins win 82-75. We eat a pile of shit here with EKU. Your thoughts?
Great win for Mincy and company. The A-Sun's going to be fun. I mean, this is a fun league too.
Yeah. We did nail this. We double lock Bryant. Triple lock Bryant, maybe. I don't even remember. 73-53. They drill Vermont. We knew it, man. We were on this one.
Yeah, they don't give us credit for this one. This is a good one. Good call.
Yeah. You also cashed on Xavier. You tried to bring me into a lock battle. I wouldn't battle you because I don't want to battle with DePaul. But I did pick DePaul.
DePaul's ass.
And I didn't want, I have major regrets on not betting Florida. Florida 71, Arkansas 63. Bieniek wins another lock battle against you, Mac.
Should have fucking won this one.
My handicap on this was perfect, by the way. Elijah Martin was battling foul trouble pretty much the entire game in this one, too. Had John L. Davis in hell. Davis was like 0 for 8 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, 0 points. Elijah Martin was the team leader for Florida today, so I'll take my victory lap on that. And Calipari just couldn't get it done. I don't know. That was a tight game.
Unbelievable how shitty they are. Yeah,
they started out with like a 14-point.
They were up double digits. They were
up. They were up double digits against Ole Miss.
Yeah. 0-3 to start the SEC. I will say I bet on Calipari. My hope that they were going to lose by 3, so he could have lost, but I would have won my bet. But it's fun to see him suck. I'm not gonna lie, he's so fucking arrogant.
And he better watch it. The Kentucky fans are giving him shit while he walks his dogs. Don't think that Arkansas fans won't do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, when's the honeymoon? I think the honeymoon's already over.
I think so.
He's got like a top 5 NIL budget. How is this team so shitty?
Yeah. Norfolk State covered against Coppin. Jackson State covered against Alabama State. We were on those plays, but just didn't bet it. Hawaii did cover against Fullerton, though. I think we both took Fullerton, but no bets. But we did bet this. Central, North Carolina Central, 88. Maryland Eastern Shore, 69. And honestly, it was worse than this. It was 54-17 at halftime.
Lavelle got his message across.
Yeah, there we go. I'm back on them. All right, let's go. Tennessee State drilled Western Illinois. We ate shit on this one. What was this by 20? What? Oh my God. We bet that. I mean, this was a lock here. I mean, I did not have a Tennessee State win by 20 on the card.
You're fucking horrible. How? How do you even lose to them by 20 at home?
How I thought that was impossible.
Good fucking God.
Lindenwood upset UT, or no, they were favored, right? I think this was a push.
Yeah.
Wasn't Lindenwood favored by 1? Lindenwood wins 82-81 against. So it's a push there against UT Martin. And then our boys, double lock. Houston Christian is our team.
I like it.
They're doing it. Corpus Christi.
Real quick, Daniel. What are you talking about? Tennessee State has some dogs. They're like 2-5 in the OVC. You don't have dogs if you're 2-5 in the OVC.
Corpus Christi pushed against Rio Grande, but Corpus Christi won by 5. Yeah. Arkansas State bounced back against Troy. Picked this correctly, just didn't bet it. Morehead State stuck it to SEMO.
We got tagged in a photo of somebody at Corpus Christi and the Mexicans.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
hell of a game.
Shout out to that individual that tagged us. I'm sorry if I'm drawing a blank right now. Queens 67, Austin P 60. This governor bullshit out here. Queens is winning this thing. All right.
Hey, Bieniek, I had them in my top 4 in the A-Sun. I underestimated them. They might be the best.
They're playing good ball.
Yeah, they're
playing good ball. SIU Edwardsville put it on Tennessee Tech by 8. Should have bet that. Did you catch this Navy Loyola game?
No, I heard about it. I saw a tweet. Crazy game.
The final minute of this game is complete insanity. Maybe the craziest game today in the final minute. Loyola wins by 1 against Navy. I don't even remember what the spread was. And then Lock Battle win by you. Nichols only loses by 9 to McNeese. You fucking bums. And really, you were on the right side of this. I mean, I know McNeese at one point got it up to maybe like, what was it, 14 maybe? But Nichols was within that number majority of the game. If not all of the game. Your thoughts on that one?
It felt like McNeese finally had to go get a game where they just went through the motions. They looked disinterested, like to your point today.
Yeah. Lipscomb drills West Georgia. We should have taken.
What they end up winning by?
20.
They won by 19. And the line was 19.
Was it 19? I think it was 16.
No, the number was 20, I thought.
No, I think it was 19. I'm pretty sure because I was looking at it last night, but I didn't pull the trigger. Colby just saying like because they blew him out, we should have bet that. I was like, that's hilarious.
I was thinking it was 16 in my head, but yeah.
I mean, they fucked him up, but that line was so rich. I was like, I can't go there.
Even the chat's all over the place. Robert Martin saying it was 16 and a half. We got JDATL saying it was 19.
I thought it was 20. Maybe that was Ohio. I can't remember. There was 7,000 games today. Lipscomb's going to be hard to bet on. Like, as much as I like that team, if they're going to be laying fucking 15 and 16 points at home, good God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I do like that team. Somebody was talking about Queens possibly being a tournament team. I still think it's Lipscomb. And they are definitely rated as the best team in this conference.
Yeah, they're 15-point fucking favorites.
I'm a skeptic of them being in there. I mean, I know we
cha to them. They got a little cha to them.
Portland State wins by 12 against Idaho. Didn't bet that, but I did bet this, and I ate a big steaming hot pile of shit. UC Davis gets drilled by Long Beach State. Unbelievable.
I was gonna come in here thinking I guess the wrong game here. I thought you were gonna mention a different game where we ate a big pile of shit.
I've been serving up piles of shit like all afternoon. But
because
one,
I'm ready to blame Mac on this one whenever it comes up because it's during.
How come I had a winning day? How come I'm the only one that gets blamed if you guys lose games?
You dragged me into this bet.
No, up. He did drag me into a couple of those ones.
Yes,
the TCU BYU, and then one other one that we'll get to.
We're gonna
one
get
other
to
one we'll get to.
You should have came to Xavier with me. You should have came to a couple other ones. It evens out.
Probably we did take Seton Hall. Seton Hall almost blew this, by the way, for us.
Oh, dude, they almost fouled.
They almost blew this. Double lock on Seton Hall Providence. This game was actually awesome. This was a great watch. This was good. I chalk this went up to the dunk and the energy of that place.
Yeah.
I brought you in on this one. Remember, you didn't want to bet this. Wake Forest gets it done against Miami. Double lock. Oh, and then no one wants to fly with me on my goddamn Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. 65-59. Caught a little heat here. Don't worry, it goes cold fast. Southern drilled Florida A&M. Oakland. We should have bet Oakland against Northern Kentucky. They won by 15. We were right to pick Samford against Greensboro. Just didn't bet it. And then we both bet LSU, who was only down 2 at the half. I even got 10. I got a flat 10.
I can't believe they didn't cover this game.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
How does a desperate team not cover 10 when you have talent on the roster? I don't get that. This should have been an easy cover, if not win the game outright. Good win, Ole Miss.
You can't win.
Yeah. This is a tough day. I mean, I even hit on LaSalle money line, and I'm like $527 in the red.
You can't win.
This game was
winning night. You are right though. Me and you, we kind of ate shit in this 6-7 o'clock window.
But it was the way we lost, dude. Yeah. Like, I don't mind the Georgia Tech SMU loss.
Well, yeah.
Like LSU, Ole Miss, LSU should have covered.
Oh, ridiculous.
You know what I mean? Like they were right there. It's just
have some pride.
Yeah. This game was fantastic to watch, and I believe Richmond covered by a half a point in overtime.
They should have won.
Yeah.
They
this was a good game though. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Middle Tennessee. We double locked. This was a great play. It was one of my top plays of the night. 81-64 against the Cox of Jacksonville State. And your thoughts on that was easy, right? That was an easy one. Yeah. I could win there. But this one here, man. Oklahoma loses by 10.
How did they not cover this?
Of course,
game?
Dude, there's a segment here. If you didn't catch this game, Oklahoma is down 6. I forget who it was. Their guard drives the lane, and they basically give it to him because there's like 14 seconds left. Just an easy layup off glass. He misses, and then even worse, he fouls the rebounder. You're just like, oh my god! Like if he makes that layup, they let him just dribble it out. Or I mean, maybe they fouled. It's still 6. You know what I mean? Like
punches the cover. Like this may actually Tennessee. This may have been the worst fucking ridiculous.
I'm just sitting there, just throwing notebooks and chips up in the air. My wife's sitting over there wondering. I normally just sit out there, watch the games with my dog. My dog's wondering what the fuck's going on. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Is that like, I could have, like, I know I'm terrible. I'm in my 40s. I can't play basketball anymore. But I feel like I could make that layup. They gave it to you.
They
gave it to
conceded it, and I'm like, no. What? And you found you fucking
I mean, it's just so annoying.
Oh God, that was ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. It's the way you lose. The way you lose is just brutal. We did.
Here, we were together. I passed the pilot right now.
There we go. I locked up Sela. I think you did too. They won by 20. Northern Colorado put it on Montana. That's another loss by us.
This is the one. This is the one that Mac dragged me into.
You're free, baby.
This was total bullshit. They were getting fucking curb stomped 2 minutes into this game.
You dragged me into Denver all these fucking times.
They ran out of their own building.
You're just like all those fucking people in the basement in their
destroyed. They no-showed this game.
Yeah, I know. That was pathetic.
I mean, look, you kind of influenced me a little bit, but I'm only holding you to 2. All right. One of them we talked about because I came in
the one.
Yeah, I came in.
Why didn't you guys listen to me on USC? Where were you? It was a 15-point dog that won.
Wait a second here, though. Wait a second. Bieniek, were you gonna take Northern Colorado?
I was looking at it, and no, I was not. I thought it was a little off because the cocktail napkin liked it. The computers liked it. I was like,
the ones I have issues with though is like I came in thinking I was betting TCU last night, and I came in thinking about I was going to bet another team, and you know damn well this one because he really
Mac pitched this one hard. He was like, Northern Colorado came back by 20 the night before. They're going to come out and they're going to lay an egg. No, they ran out there and curb stomped them from the minute they stepped on the field.
I'll lock battle you next game on Northern Colorado.
You don't even know who they play. I don't give a fuck. Let's go.
Why don't you fucking take Auburn like 20 again?
Virginia Tech 71, Cal 68. Did you see the final shot here?
Yeah, dude, Cal's a joke.
No, but Cal shot a 3 that I thought was 99% down. Like it it went in, it rattled out and then rattled back in and out. And I was just like, I mean, look, Cal had no business winning this game. Virginia Tech was a better team today, but that's a tough way to lose where it twice looked like it was going in. Yeah. Shout out to the Hokies. That's a good win, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to our point of the teams that stayed out west or out east, double road trip. I don't know why I took Cal here. I thought maybe Cal, Virginia Tech is going to quit, but Cal's a joke.
Yeah.
They've been very underwhelming.
I like the hire too. Initially, I was like buying in.
They're just not a lot of structure.
Drake drilled Evansville, held him to 40 points. Shout out to Drake. Glad I didn't bet that. I think I was considering that one. And then we needed to call a timeout on this one. Bieniek, we're going to need everyone here on this one, including all the chat. If you can mic up the entire chat. Tennessee 74, Texas 70.
It's so rigged.
This was a great game. It was very entertaining throughout, tight throughout.
No. This one should have hit.
Nobody cares about it. We're talking about the ending. We're talking about the ending.
I know we are. When Colby always says, I'll start by saying this. When Colby always says that college basketball games can be rigged, I feel like he's just going to say it for one of his losses every single night. When you actually watch the games and you see something like this happen, you're like, yeah, Colby,
dude,
could be on to.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I have 8 TVs. I've been doing this shit for fucking like my entire life. There's a rhythm to these things, right? And sometimes you see the rhythm being off. And like
this wasn't rhythm either, though.
No, the rhythm is the timeout. and then to not foul out of the timeout. That's what I'm saying. Like
that's what I'm saying. That completely fucked up the rhythm. There was no rhythm there. That was
no, but I'm just saying the overall game, like the rhythm is that normally if you're going to call a timeout in that spot, you're going to foul out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the rhythm within the game. Like just that, it reminded me of Leonard Hamilton at Florida State in the Elite Eight. Who are they playing when they lost? And it was a 2-possession game. A shout out to my guy, Tommy Gimler. Every time I run into my comedian buddy, Tommy Gimler, he brings up that game as one of the most rigged. It was a 2-possession game and you're in the Elite Eight and he elects not to foul with like 20 seconds left.
Yeah.
I forget who they were playing, but it was one that you're just like, what? And it was right on that number. It was right. So you're just like, it made me just question, like in any other scenario, you would foul at that point, especially with a trip to the fucking Final Four on the line. And like the team that they were playing didn't shoot. I don't think they were shooting from the free throw that well. So it was really puzzling. The same situation with today.
It was Michigan.
Yes, it was Michigan. It was Michigan.
Beeline.
Yes. Right. That game, I just thought this has got to be fake. Because I just don't understand how you have the Final Four on the line. Pull up that game log,
that was a magical run. That tournament could have been over the first game for Michigan. Jordan Poole had to hit a scissor kick half quarter to survive against Houston or something.
To get back to this point, I've never seen anything like what I saw today. They're down 7. They hit a 3. Rodney Terry sprints to the official. Sprints. Going crazy. Timeout. I'm like, all right, they're going to trap, foul. Like, because 4 points is still 1 possession, theoretically. You could get an M1-3.
Yeah.
The inbound, it was 6 seconds left. Not 1, 6. No foul. Like, and it wasn't even like the guy avoided him. He just like caught it, and then the guy goes, and I'm like,
yeah.
What?
It doesn't.
I've never seen call timeout, going crazy like he did, and then no foul.
Yeah, just dribble it out, guys. Just dribble it out.
He ordered them not to foul. That made no sense.
I mean, I know we're putting the tinfoil hat on right now, but like honestly, if your biggest booster took Tennessee or something, I mean, I know it violates the code of like sport, but I'm saying like you're gonna lose the game anyway. You might as well make them happy, right? Like, I mean, I'm not justifying it, but I'm just saying, like, explain to me, and why do they never ask these questions? Like the Leonard Hamilton thing, they didn't even ask them in the fucking press conference. Like the first question I'd ask somebody, I'd be like, what are you doing here? You have a Final Four on the line. And the same situation today. Like, it's like, well, why'd you call timeout then? If that's what you're going to do.
Yeah. Why did you call timeout just to say don't foul? And you weren't down 5 or 6. You were down 4. You're down 4 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he misses both free throws, you can race it up and get an M1-3 and tie the game.
Or it's crazy shit can happen. A technical, you could get the other type of 4-point play too, where it's like a foul down low as the shot's in the air. You know what I mean? Like it's just stinky, man. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense. You watch how many games do you think we watch a year? Like we watch, I think they're the most a human being can probably possibly watch. And I'm like,
I've never seen that.
You pick up, there's just a flow to it. And sometimes you see it with the way it breaks. You're just like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
I pulled up the Michigan Florida State game. What did you want to know?
What was that game script again? It's been like 5 years or whatever. So I just remember. So you have a trip to the Final Four on the line.
Yeah, they were trailing for most of the second half.
No, but I'm talking final 30 seconds. Final 30 seconds. He elects not to foul in a 4 or 5 point game, which was a bit puzzling because we see so often college kids miss free throws, and then you can really stretch out the game. But he just elects not to. Whatever the number was, I forget. But yeah, it was just absolutely insane.
I mean, they fouled with 21 seconds left.
Florida State fouled with 21
Robinson.
seconds. Yes,
correct. Duncan Robinson stepped up to the line and drilled 2 to make it 58,
which made the
54.
4-point game.
Florida State
exactly.
And then Florida State missed a 3 with 13 seconds left. Duncan Robinson got the rebound, and they chose not to foul him.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
13 seconds.
I mean,
yeah. No, you
that should be.
And what was the line? The line? No, the line I think was 4.5. I think it was the same situation as the Texas one, right? Because it's like, why would you not foul right there? You can go. How many? I've seen so many college basketball games in the NCAA tournament where you foul. 4 points is nothing at that point. You know,
mine was 3.5.
That's yes. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like we had me and Patty C and the guys, we did like a whole segment on this because it was puzzling to me. It drove me fucking crazy. And I'm so glad that I was out there. I was doing stand up one night and ran into my buddy Tommy, and he had not even listened to our pod, but he was like, dude, I'm done with fucking March Madness. He's like, that game was rigged. That game was rigged.
And March Madness is also like the tightest of tight when betting on college basketball.
Today, just like I'll keep saying it. I've never seen a coach call timeout.
Yeah.
To down, like we saw Shaheen Holloway down 6 trying to foul, like calling timeout, like, hey, if we get a trap here, but he called timeout to say not to foul. What?
Yeah. Just doesn't make sense. Just does not make sense. You know what else doesn't make sense? Kansas State having a basketball program. They lost by 30 to Houston. Of course, we bet Kansas State plus 11. All right. I'm gonna stop fading Houston because I'm eating shit every time. North Florida just blew out Bellarmine. Prairie View did not cover against my Delta Devils. So the good people out there know I took the Delta Devils. And then we get to this one, Mac. So let me get this straight. Nevada's laying 12.
Oh, you
right?
They win by 11.
I come in to last night's show saying Fresno's the play. I think they're live on the money line. In my head, I was thinking that, but then Mac made an interesting point that Nevada's lost this many games in a row, and that Fresno's all over the place. And you were really convincing. You're like, you're on the wrong side of this one. And I was like, all right, maybe I won't bet Fresno. I'll bet Nevada. And I played it's easy to see a tide turn clip. Well, the game goes to overtime. Fresno was kind of up like majority of the second half. And in overtime, Fresno State scores just 2 points in overtime. Classic Fresno. And they lose by 11 points.
I know.
So the cover hits for Fresno. Nevada still gets the win. I'm telling you, man, it's a good thing I don't have, crazy shit. I'd shoot off a rocket launcher if it was by my house. When I was watching this, if it was right there, I would shoot that fucking thing off because this was insane. This was just insane. Your thoughts?
What is wrong with Nevada?
They suck, dude. They suck.
They had talent though.
That was part. I think they're like the most talented roster or one of the top 2 talented rosters. Yeah.
They got guys back from last year's NCAA tournament. Like, what is wrong with Alford's fucking team right now?
Yeah. I mean, folks, I'm telling you, if I lived in like some, I don't know, somewhere it was less lawless and I had a rocket launcher, I'd just fire that thing up there after a loss like that. You know what I mean? I'd just do something like that.
How about Nevada almost covering 12.5 in overtime?
Dude, 2 points in overtime. I thought
we were gonna cover. I was
like,
God. Dude, this is so Fresno State if we cover in overtime. Oh,
Derek Blaylock, shout out to Derek. He says Fresno's a legit schizophrenia team. Like, look, they're the most entertaining team in the sport. You don't need to be good. I had to explain this to the guys, Sean and Ryan, for Sports Gambling Podcast, because a few years back I was talking about how certain times, like this is regarding the NFL. I forget what team it was, but it was like sometimes you're the most entertaining team in the league, and you're like 2-14 or something. You know what I mean? Or like you don't have to be good to be the most entertaining team in the league. Yeah, unbelievable. The Salukis took down Missouri State in overtime by 10. This is another one. I feel like, what was this line?
They were up like 20.
What is okay, it was 1.5.
Salukis?
Yeah.
They blew a 20-point lead. They suck.
But they won though in overtime though still.
Yeah, I mean they won, but I mean they were up 20 and they blew the game.
And then Slick Rick, it took all the game to get there.
You got lucky.
Triple lock, yeah. St. John's 80, Nova 68. Yeah, Nova was probably the right side here.
They had
your
the
thoughts?
Lead, like 6 minutes left.
It was like a back. Yeah, it was like I said. It was like back and forth. It was. I never felt like we were going to hit this. I was hoping that the momentum of the crowd down the stretch, and I guess that was kind of what happened. But yeah, Nova continues to impress.
I'm with you. Like it was kind of like who was it? Georgetown against Marquette, where I walked away being impressed with the losing team again. Like it was a horrible spot for them. They go to the Garden. I know Villanova gets up for the Garden. Jalen Brunson's their former national champion guards courtside. So like they want to play well at the Garden, but I thought they were impressive again. But good win for the Johnnies. If they can make a fucking perimeter jump shot, maybe they could get to a Final Four. They can't make a
Wasn't
shot.
That the problem last year? Yeah, it was.
They were in the ocean.
Yeah, this is a good point from Daniel too. Davon Smith dislocated his shoulder, and then came back into the game. So we'll see how
you're
long.
at the Garden. You got to do the Willis Reed shit.
Yeah, we'll see how long.
Is what they said, right?
Yeah, he could miss some games here. I fucked up my shoulder playing hockey. Dislocated shoulder. I was out for a month, so we'll see.
Yeah, Northeastern 70, Stony Brook 66. Stony Brook covered. Northern Iowa, Illinois State. I watched this game. It's a good game. If anything, I think if you're an Illinois State fan, you were completely upset because you were not that you were blowing them out, but you were kind of up by like 4-5 majority of that game. Mac, you did bring me along on this one though, so I guess we're 1-2 for tonight. You convinced me to bet on Utah, 83-62 against OK State.
Never in doubt.
Yeah, OK State looked like shit tonight. High Point blew out Gardner Webb. We should have bet that. Bet that.
Yeah.
And then I won a lock battle. Bieniek won a lock battle too. Santa Clara 77, San Francisco 54.
What happened to Sam Fran in the second half?
This place wasn't even that lit either.
Yeah,
that was half my handicap.
Well, you know what it is though, dude. I think it actually goes against what you said yesterday. To me, like the fact they're playing that recently, I think it's even more of a reason to take the team that lost. I think if they played this in February 20th, I would be like more inclined to take San Francisco because it's like, oh, that was like a long time ago. They got us. But when it's this fresh, I feel like you're like, oh, it's like almost like the NBA playoffs or something. When you have a game 2 days later, it's like they just got us. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on that reason of the game. It goes
both ways because at the end of the year, we see a lot of times when a team gets beat on senior day, they lose them again in the conference tourney like a couple days later.
True, but that'll be a neutral most cases. But like at home, but yeah, I was surprised it wasn't as lit. Stephen F. Austin, I talked shit about him. I bet Lamar, of course. They lose to Stephen F. Austin by 9. Fuck you, Lamar.
Wasn't Lamar up like 15?
Something like that. Like that. But this one here. Detroit and IPFW. This was a double lock by us.
Fucking hospital. I hate them.
If you watch this game like me from start to finish, you will know that
5 the whole game.
Yeah, it was like, at one point I think Detroit had like tied it up or got in within 1, right? And this was just crushing to me. Like it had never gotten to double digits, I feel like, and if it did, maybe it was 10 early on. The meat of this game was, somewhere between 2 and 8.
I'll help you guys out here. I pulled up the ESPN game flow of this. With 12 minutes to go, Fort Wayne was leading 52-51.
But the whole game was close. Like it was, yeah.
They outscored Detroit in the final 12 minutes, 38-16.
That's what I'm saying. Rocket launcher would have been off again. All right. I would have fired another one right there. Unbelievable. 90-67. I just can't believe we lost that one. We did make up for it with Louisiana Tech against the Flamin' Libs. 79-74. We got them. But we ate shit the very next game when Alabama beat A&M 94-88 in a game Bieniek was highlighting before with what? How many free throws was it again?
98.
He was being sarcastic, I think, but it was a lot, right?
No, I think it was 98.
You're right. Wow.
It was. I saw a tweet and I retweeted it. It was the most free throws ever in a college, or not ever in a college basketball game, but most free throws in a game since in the last 8 years. Sorry, 88. I can't count 88, but still.
Yeah. That's insane. I felt like it was a lot, but I didn't feel like it was the record.
To put in perspective, the Arizona UCF game that was on ESPN right after, they missed the whole first half. It was on ESPN News. The entire first half. I think it almost went into the second half. Like it finally turned over, and then it was like, Jesus Christ.
But Mac, that's actually it wasn't all Bama A&M's fault, because who's before Florida and Arkansas? That game went long.
Tennessee, Texas.
No, Tennessee, Texas was after Florida, Arkansas, and they were 9 minutes into the first half.
Yeah. The 2:00 game on ESPN was Texas Tech, Iowa State, the overtime game.
Boom. Dude, yes. Overtime. And they all stacked onto each other. So Florida, Arkansas was late.
Yeah.
Tennessee, Texas was late, and then,
I don't know why we haven't made this adjustment yet. Like it should be 12, 2:35. Like the SEC network does it. These games are never 2 hours on Saturdays. They're never, because of the fouls and TV commercials and chaos. It needs to be 12, 2:35, 7:30, 10.
Let's speed this up some. Oral Roberts beats North Dakota. St. Thomas beats South Dakota by 15. Scored 120 points almost. We don't need to talk about those. Weber drilled Idaho State, and then Iowa 85, Indiana 60. We can't talk about this for a second. Your thoughts on this game, Mac? You lost on Indiana.
I fucking thought Iowa was gonna eat shit after that emotional miracle win the other night, but man, I was wrong. Indiana battled back. They went down like 10-0, caught the lead. Then I don't think they scored again the whole game.
Yeah, Montana State took down Northern Arizona, but did not cover. I think you took that.
They were down 16-0 to start the game.
Unbelievable. ULM got the cover against Louisiana. Mississippi State double lock. We lost on against Kentucky. Kentucky 95, Mississippi State 90. We should probably talk about this for a second. Yeah. Huge win, huge road win. I felt pretty good about Mississippi State too. So kudos to the Wildcats. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be impressed with the Kentucky. We said we need to see them win on the road. They did. Mark Pope, year one. You see what BYU is after him. You see what Calipari's doing there. Pope's doing a great job That's a hell of a win. I mean, Mississippi State battled all the way back, got the lead on that Hubbard 3, and I thought they're going to take it from here, but no. Big win for Big Blue Nation.
We did cash on Washington State getting 18. They only lose by 13. Shout out to Wazoo. Southern Utah took down UT Arlington, and then Boise State, Utah State. You win a lock battle against me, so I was 1-3 on the battles against you thus far. With Utah State somehow winning this game, I got to be honest. I actually dozed off watching this game, and it was an awesome game. So it had nothing to do with the game being boring. It was just I slept like 2 hours. You how about this game, dude?
Great game. Boise should have won. Boise led by as much as 15 in the second half. But with Utah State in the spectrum, Jared Calhoun, 16-1 to start.
How about I lost there, and then I lost on Tarleton State, who was up.
Oh,
I feel like 80% of the game.
Collapse.
And Utah Tech down the stretch got it done. And then this one I think was my worst call of the day, and I'm shocked, utterly shocked. Not only did I bet UTEP -7, as this was a triple lock. And they were down 14.5, or no, I'm sorry, they were down 14. I went in on 14.5, I think it was. I forget whatever the in-game number was.
They lost by like
that's what I'm saying. I went in again on the live number with like 4 minutes left before half because I was like, oh, they're going to come back. It's a rivalry game. They just had they just joined the Mountain West. They had the commissioner there. There's a big thing about their donations because they get Malachi Nelson, the former top recruit in the nation, coming in. And this is what they do in a rivalry game, man. I ate a big pile of shit here. Your thoughts on this one?
I'm like you. I was perplexed. I was like, what? What is this fucking score?
Yeah. I mean, this is like a big time rivalry too. People don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. That's a big time rivalry. Then we have Baylor, Arizona State. Now you guys got the worst of this. This is one, and I'm going to be honest. This wasn't me being sharp. This is just fucking luck. I didn't bet it last night. This morning, I bet it. I got 6.5. So I hit. I know you guys got 5.5 because you're complaining pre-episode.
Yeah.
I texted you guys and I was like low key rooted for BJ Freeman. I think it was to miss the shot that tied it and went to overtime. I was like, that's not good.
And then Northridge. I can't believe Northridge, who was up. They were up like 20, and like they lose. 4. Yeah. They lose by 4 to Bakersfield. As Bieniek alluded to, Jamel Jones went for 48 points tonight. Good God.
Why isn't he starting?
Unbelievable. UCF, you took UCF in the points against Arizona. That hit against the Wildcats. Arizona wins by 8. We double locked Abilene Christian, which did hit. 66-64. Seattle escaped the crack house. And then Irvine getting 5.5. We went there with the Anteaters and got it done. Loyola Marymount Pepperdine was postponed. I can't believe this wasn't announced yesterday. But St. Mary's destroyed San Diego by 47 points. At San Diego.
We should have bet St. Mary's, man. We fucking talked about it.
Yeah. Oregon State also drilled Pacific.
Oh God, this was.
Yeah, I think you cashed on that, and that is our slate. Game balls.
Did you guys talk about Irvine, San Diego? Did I miss that?
Yeah, I just did.
Oh.
I mean, we didn't do a deep dive on it, but we had bet Irvine. So
that was Irvine, San Diego was a great game to watch.
That was lit.
This fair,
dude.
Yeah,
it actually
sell out ever in that building. By the way,
the Santa. I must have skipped over the Santa Barbara game. The Santa Barbara Cal Poly game was lit too.
Yeah,
great fan turnouts at both those games. For some reason, Santa Clara didn't have fans, but those two did. Anyway, let's get to game balls.
All right.
Iowa State's going to get my game ball.
Yeah.
That fucking win. That was a scheduled loss. They were losing the entire. I don't know how the fuck they won that game. That culture is unreal right now.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck they won that game either, but they definitely deserve a game ball for doing that on the road at a lit environment. I'll take one in similar vein. Bradley. Bradley down the whole game in the final couple minutes, lock down that defense, and you pull it out your ass. Give me the Bradley Braves with the game ball. Where you going here?
I'll go Kentucky. At the hump in Stark Vegas. That place was lit. They took their punch. They punched back. Mark Pope put 95 on Christian's defense.
Fran Dunphy, LaSalle. Are you kidding me? Double-digit dog on the road. How old is he? 74. Just another trip upstate, baby. 83-82. They get it done against the Bonnies. Where's your next game ball?
Yeah, the national TV game that just ended a little bit ago. Irvine going to UC San Diego. They were a dog. The place was lit, national TV, and they made a statement, held UC San Diego to like 6 of 39 from 3. So Irvine makes a statement here in the Big West.
Yeah, that's a good one there. Trying to decide which one would be the best to go to here. I'm going to say the Georgia Bulldogs. You know, you could go Alabama, great road win. You could go just a slew of different SEC games, but Georgia to me is just, they haven't been like this in a long time. Big time win against Oklahoma. They're taking care of business. Give me the Dogs for a game ball there. All right, let's get to tomorrow's picks. We open up with a banger. VMI.
By the way, before we jump into the picks, shout out All Right for giving us $20.
Cheers, brother.
Thank you, man. Yeah, you are the fucking man, dude. Appreciate you.
It's the Dan Earl Bowl.
Yeah. And was he blew him out once, but then I think the second time he was sympathetic a little bit. I'm still gonna lay it. What are you doing here?
Noah, was this game supposed to be today and it got postponed because of weather?
I think so.
Yeah, it was. I think we should lay it with Chattanooga. I think they're gonna kill them.
Let's bet it.
Yeah, let's see. VMI extra day in Chattanooga.
Double lock on these mocks. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are heading into West Lafayette. Take on these Boilermakers. Boiler up. Purdue's laying 8.5. Give me Nebraska plus 8.5. No bet. What are you doing here?
So Nebraska back-to-back road spot here. And Nebraska Nebraska beat them last year. I'm just drawing a blank. I want to bet Purdue. I like Purdue, Sunday home team here. They made a statement last week. I think they're starting to play really well out there. The Boilermakers again.
Sorry, I don't know if the audio might have cut you off a little bit there. Finish. What'd you say on the back half of that?
I'm fading Nebraska on the road. I'm fading Nebraska on the road.
I'm not betting this game, but I think I would take Nebraska if you're forcing me. But I am interested potentially in this Michigan State game as they head to Evanston, Illinois. Michigan State's laying 2.5. The last time they played, Michigan State won a rock fight, 53-49.
Yep.
Why do I feel like Northwestern is going?
You went out there. Did you say Northwestern's going to win?
I think so.
Yeah, Northwestern is going to win. They're off back-to-back road losses, back at home. Home dog here. Sparty's won how many in a row now? Love Northwestern.
Yeah. I think 8.
That's a loss.
8. Yeah. Let's go. Double lock. Next up. Oh, do we got a big one here? Ryder, the moving company, is heading to Lewiston, New York. Take on these Purple Eagles out of Niagara. Niagara is laying 5.5, and I'm gonna lay it. They're playing decent ball right now, man. I watched that game the other night. Riders lost 9 straight.
I know they lost to Canisius.
I'll take them probably when they go back home, but give me Niagara minus the 5.5. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna take Ryder. I think the line's kind of short for a reason.
You betting it?
I don't think I want to bet Ryder right now. It's a lot to pull that trigger with Ryder.
Yeah. I might bet Niagara. That's French lock. St. Francis is in Hackensack, New Jersey.
What a name.
Fair Dick is laying 3.5.
Fair
I'm gonna
Dick
lay
had
it.
that.
Oh, they had that double overtime.
Yeah.
I'll still take Fair Dick. No bet.
Give me St. Francis. Close game here. No bet.
Quinnipiac, the Aqueduct, is in New Rochelle, New York. Iona is catching 1.5 at home. The over under at 142.5. Give me Iona.
I'm all over Iona here. I'm betting Iona here. Back at home Sunday. No,
they've lost a couple in a row too, right?
Quinnipiac, they won by like 50 the other night. Took their foot off the gas pedal. Sleepy spot here.
I'll join you.
Tobin's gonna make a statement here. He's a Sunday coach, Bieniek.
Double lock on these Gales. Let's go.
Let's start looking at some of these teams' Sunday records because it's a Friday Sunday league.
Do you guys want to get rich? Does the chat want to get rich?
Lock battle.
Because the Ducks are heading to fucking Britain. Are you fucking kidding me here? The Sharks are taking on the Brits, and this candy ass is gonna take Central Connecticut State and the fucking Brits against America's backbone, the fucking Long Island Sharks. Let me tell you something. This slide ain't even accurate. I see 8.5 out there. The total at 126.5. The Sharks are gonna be swimming upstream to Britain, Connecticut, whatever the hell. Can't trust that town. Can't trust that bullshit team, even though they are the real Blue Devils. The Sharks are here with the message. I'm looking currently at the standings. They're in first place in the NEC. This is a C-note game. Sharks. Moneyline play. Plus 300. Plus 300. I see at Lugas. My sister Teresa. She can't go to Britain. But let me tell you something. My sister Teresa. She's gonna be throwing a big party back at Lugas. Mention her name at the door. Boom. Taking care of you. The eggplant parm. Mwah. Let's go. Bring on this battle, you cowards.
I was on Wagner to beat Central Connecticut. Central Connecticut's going to win by 20. Bounce back. Let's go. Blue Devils.
Bieniek?
Yeah, this is a double lock battle against you.
The hard play for you.
Blue Devils just took a terrible loss at home, and now they get the Sharks here, who, by nature of the NEC standings, are currently on top of the conference standings. I think that O goes to an L, or O turns into a 1 in the L column here from Central Connecticut State. I think this is a better coaching staff, and I think this defense locks up LIU tomorrow. I think this is a low-scoring, scrappy game, 60-50 Central Connecticut State tomorrow. Lock it up.
Better coaching staff. That's funny. We got a battle. Dundee on Long Island plus 8.5. Sprinkle that money line. Mac.
Hey, Mac. We're taking the 7.5. There's still 7.5s out there, so
we're gonna win by 20.
Yeah.
Ride the money line. They're a counterfeit ass team. Connecticut wants to be New York City all the fucking time. All right.
Such a Connecticut's better than Duke.
They're all wannabes. All right. Next up, St. Peter's is laying 6.5 in Buffalo against Canisius. Give me Canisius. St. Peter's looked like shit the other night.
What is this line? So we got the winless team fucking laying 6. Should we go back in on Canisius, man?
This line smells. I smell blowout. Canisius just got their first win of the season going up against St. Peter's. Again, I'll take the better defense here. This one smells like blowout to me. I'm on the Peacocks.
Lock, Bieniek?
Yes.
Wow.
I'll battle you. Give me Canisius. They're going to get better under Christian. I'm convinced. He's a good.
We got a battle. Mac with the Golden Griffs. Bieniek with the Peacocks. I'll take the Golden Griffs in this one. No battle. Stonehill is laying 2.5 at Chicago State. What is this line?
Chicago State money line, baby, back at home. Is this the home opener in the league play?
No, right? It might be actually.
I'm locking up Chicago State.
Yeah, it is.
The line is telling you. The line is telling you. They just started their football program too, so I mean, what's not to like about Chicago State and what they're doing? Triple lock.
They've had a week off.
Yeah, Chicago State hasn't played since last Sunday. Stonehill played Friday night against LIU. They got travel, commercial, delays, bad weather. Chicago State out.
That's a tough travel spot in the NEC going from the Northeast to Chicago.
It's a parlay here. Long Island, Chicago State. Do it.
Unless you're on the real Blue Devils.
I mean, come on, you're gonna lose that money. Wright State is in Moon Township, PA, taking on Bob Morris. Cut them off because I don't give a shit. Give me Wright State +1. What are you doing here?
I like Bob Morris here, home team.
Fucking Sacred Heart is heading into no, this is in Maryland, Emmitsburg, Maryland. I messed this up. Yeah. Mount St. Mary's is laying 4.5. I'm gonna lay it with the Mount.
I'll take the points. No bet. I think it's like a 4 or 5 point game.
That Wright State line has crossed the 0 for what it's worth.
To Bob?
No. If Romo was -1 earlier, it's now it's at least at 0. Pick 'em in some spots. So
I might bet Bob Morris tomorrow. Check the picks page.
Circa's got it as a pick 'em.
Next up, we got the likes of the Hospital heading to Syracuse, New York to take on Lemoyne. The Dolphins are laying 4.5. Give me Lemoyne.
Yeah, I like Lemoyne here. I think that
strong conviction,
but like they gave away that game the other night. Should we bet them back-to-back home spot? They gave away the game on Friday night. Did they roll here on Sunday?
I think so. I think they're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's take it. We got hit the other day.
Yeah. Let's
jump back on it.
Right side.
Come swim with the Sharks and the Dolphins. Let's go. Next up, Fairfield, Marist. Marist lay at 6.5.
Marist is 11-2. What could go wrong?
Yeah, you got to take Fairfield in the points here. It's just a little steep. Give me Fairfield.
You can
yeah, I think we should bet this.
MAAC Sunday dog.
Let's go. Give me the 6.5. The Stags. God loves Stags. Manhattan is heading to North Andover, Massachusetts. That was funny. I shit on when they were taking on Long Island. I just randomly shit on Merrimack and North Andover, and it was funny the next day. It's just part of the shtick. The next day, multiple people said, "Dude, I live in North Andover. It's not that bad of a neighborhood." I feel like if they don't know that I'm doing shtick, it comes off incredibly offensive, which is perfect. Manhattan is catching 8.5.
Manhattan's a bet for me. Merrimack's undefeated.
I'm with you.
Gallagher's back. Gallagher missed the other night.
8.5 is too much. It's just too much. Give me the Jaspers plus 8.5. Yeah. Sprinkle the money line. It's not a bad play. Not a bad play. Washington's getting the same exact number against Michigan that it was for Michigan State. 14.5. No, I'll take Michigan. Mac.
I'm locking up Washington. This is the same spot as USC today. Stay out on the road. Kumbaya. Sprinkle gets after them for a couple days. They got embarrassed. They're going to play well tomorrow. Michigan, I think, wins by 9. Lock up Washington.
I mean, you maybe swayed me to take Washington now. I'm not going to bet this game. Bieniek, what are you doing here?
I'm going to lock up Michigan. I don't have many bets on Sunday, so let's play it. Wolverines. I mean, I just think you come into Chrysler, you're going to need to score. Because Michigan has put up 75 plus in basically every game. Washington's offense is not that great this season. So I'll just go off of that simple handicap. I've only got 4 bets today or whatever. Give me Michigan.
Got a battle. Mac with the Huskies. Phoenix with the Wolverines. All right, we move along. Charlotte is heading to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa's laid 2.5. Should we bet Tulsa?
I think so. I think the line is screaming. It's a Tulsa.
It's that far road trip. You're like, why am I in Tulsa? Oh, they're in our conference. Let's do it.
Let's go. I like Tulsa here. I was thinking the same.
Lay the 2.5 with the Golden Hurricane. Next up. Oh boy.
It's a big game for the Mountaineers.
West Virginia's in Boulder, Colorado. Taking on my Buffs. Colorado's laid 1. Where the hell's my song? Give me the Buffs. Lock it up.
Look out. Just watch him go. Down to Buffalo. Oh, no. It's a guy on a Buffalo.
Elevation. That alone. This ain't Kansas. It's elevation. Battle?
You don't think there's elevation in Morgantown?
Not as much.
Compared to Boulder? No.
Yeah, not as much as Boulder.
But
even though I hate the spot, they got Houston and Iowa State on deck. They got to have this game. I'll battle you for my brand. Let's go. Mountaineers, come on. Come through for me, Mountaineers.
Morgantown, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Morgantown. Morgantown, WP.
That's a battle, folks. Next up, Mercer, St. Cullowhee taking on the Cats of Western Carolina. This game's hilarious.
Yeah.
I see it at 5.5. I might have done that incorrectly. That 3.5 there. Cause I'm seeing 5.5 right now.
We got a bunch of games that got postponed today. It's great.
This game's ridiculous though. I mean, 5.5. Give me Mercer. What are you doing here?
Give me Western Carolina. Give me the dog here.
Next up, So the Screaming Eagles, Southern Indiana in Little Rock, Arkansas, getting 5.5. You know I'm taking the Screaming Eagles. Sprinkle the money line.
Yeah,
Sprinkle the fucking money line.
Lock it.
Double lock this Little Rock bullshit out of here. The Oregon Ducks, quack quack quack, are heading to State College, Pennsylvania. Oregon's laying 2.5. No. Give me Penn State. Penn State beats them actually outright. What are you doing here, Mac?
Should we bet Penn State?
Yeah.
Yeah, home dog here. They just got him fucking embarrassed and lost 2 in a row.
Double lock on these Knit Lions. Wait, is Baldwin not playing here? I see game time decision.
I think I was gonna say he's a game time decision here. He got banged up.
We're gonna need him to play to win this.
Yeah.
Maybe pay attention. Wait for this one then. But if he plays, I'm taking him. Final game on the card. I think we should bet it because I think UAB can win outright in Del Boca Vista.
Yeah.
Give me the Blazers right on the money line. Florida Atlantic. I'm sorry, not Florida A&M. Florida Atlantic is a 3-point favorite. Lock up these fire breathing dragons. You with me?
I'm with you. I love UAB tomorrow. I think they're way better than the record, and they have found something since league play. Andy Kennedy, baby.
Bieniek, you with us?
No, I'm coming in to say, even if Baldwin misses tomorrow's game, it's the 1-game bump without the star.
True. Very true.
Yeah. All right. Best plays of the night. My top play is the Long Island Sharks. I think they have found something with bringing over Jared Gillian. I think they're the better coach team with adding Jared Gillian to the mix, and Rod Strickland with all of his war stories from several great coaches he coached under or played under. So that's we're going there number 1 just from the start. Just clear the board on that game. 2. It's where it gets a little tricky. I'm going to go with Northwestern. I think Northwestern is going to get the best out of Michigan State tomorrow. I think the line is telling you that. I'm going to give you 4, by the way. 3 will be UAB. And 4, I think, is the. Give me at 4. Let's go with Iona at 4. Mac, fire.
Tobin. All right. I will go. Central Connecticut is my favorite one. They're going to drill LIU. Bounce back. Northwestern as a home dog, like them a lot against Sparty. I really like Washington staying out on the road after getting embarrassed. Michigan coming home, feeling themselves off the West Coast trip. So give me the Huskies. And then my 4th one, I'll take UAB. I think they're the better team, better coach team, and they win in Boca Raton.
Bieniek?
I'm going culture play for number 1 lock here. Central Connecticut State. Lay the 7.5. Look, Pat Sellers and his boys have been pretty damn good in the NEC. It's their league, and I think LIU sitting at the top of the standings. They're going to get knocked off that pedestal here at Central Connecticut. Number 2, I'll take Michigan. I don't love today's board. Cocktail Napkins got this at 18. I don't necessarily love the spot coming back from LA after they were out there for a week and a half, but I'll take it. And then I'll go with the new conference home opener play with Chicago State plus 2.5. They probably win that thing outright.
Oh, I like that.
Fourth play minus 6.5 with St. Peter's. I have 4 bets. So,
all right, there we go, folks. Give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at DColbyD. College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN, and please hit that like and subscribe button because we're building something. We want that moat. Yeah. Till next time, folks. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.
If you see him on the street and tip your hat his way, you'll know just where he's headed and which game he's gonna play. He's a sharpshooting gunman and always aiming high. To win any gunfight, his limit is the sky. We're the gunslingers from San Antonio. We're the gunslingers on the road or at home. Remember the Alamo, for such as we are known. We're the gunslingers from San Antonio. And when we're away, we're doing our job. We're keeping law and order at home and abroad. Gamblers and outlaws, you better step aside. Our motto is to shoot 'em up and bring 'em back alive. We're the gunslingers from San Antonio. We're the gun.